We should get the injury reports, I don't know, within a half an hour of that wrapping up is usually the case. I don't know if it's different for the Super Bowl, and then we'll get the pool report as well.
All right, well, if we have anything on today's practice reports, certainly want to know if Drake May is out there as well. So if we have anything coming up, we'll certainly share it here on the Big Game Preview. This is what I wanted to ask coming up in a bit here, Alex. Drake May versus Cover 6. I want to get your thoughts on that. And then Diana Rossini today with a bunch of stuff. Patriots are the underdogs, and also potential future Patriots were spoken about today. So we'll have all that here on the show. But why don't we welcome in Hardy, he of the morning show here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. It is Toucher and Hardy. He's been joining us all week long with his prop bets, which are brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL. The line movements might start moving tomorrow, Hardy. But how about those prop bets? What are your peelers? What are you peeping? What is it? Peepers? Peeping? What are you
Peepers
peeping out?
peeled.
For? Yeah, what's popular in my ocular?
Yes.
Yeah, all that stuff. Well, first things first, Joe. As predicted, our music conversation yesterday went straight up the tailpipe of one Fred Toucher. And we had a discussion about it this morning. He's absolutely incensed that we would consider any city over New York as being the premier, ultimate favorite versus the field music city on the planet. Now, the UK conversation was interesting, but he said, first of all, New York has it over Seattle, LA, Chicago, any other city we mentioned. But then he really took me to task because I didn't once mention the city of Detroit, where I'm from. And you can make the argument, Joe, as it was first posed to me yesterday, is Seattle, the best music city in the country. You could make the case that in terms of influence and importance and history, Motown alone should put Detroit in the conversation. And yeah, I admitted to him. It's like, I didn't even think of that.
This is my fault. I brought it up, and now everyone's pissed. So, perfect. That's just the way I drew it up.
I told him, I said, you got to know the audience. And, for this conversation, you, Joe, are my audience.
That's right.
And I know how much you love Alice in Chains. I know how much you love grunge. And so, yeah, it was very grunge-centric. But Fred's not wrong. I mean, if you're just counting the bands, New York is probably going to have it there on numbers. But Detroit, Motown, and a lot of the bands from the British invasion were inspired by that sound. Maybe even earlier. You could say it was, like Chuck Berry and stuff that was inspiring them more so than the Motown sound. But all right, so now we got it out there. It's all fodder for more conversation. Maybe after the Super Bowl, though. We got a lot of Super Bowl stuff to get to. You mentioned that the lines might be changing.
Yes.
All I've heard, all I've read, all I've seen is that the money is coming in on Seattle. So whether that, that big number, the main number, the one that everybody looks at, who's the favorite in the Super Bowl, who's favored to win this thing? Have you seen anything other than 4.5, Joe?
Not of late, but I do think that once people start arriving, or might have to get their bets in before they get there, because, of course, I believe you can't get your bets in California. So Mr. Pickles may be busy this weekend. But, yeah, I think that maybe you'll see some movement tomorrow. Thursday's usually the day for that.
All right. Now, Barth is still, and I want to give him a moment here because he's asked me about the come from behind props and all that stuff. Barth, the best way to do this is just in-game betting. If you're convinced that one team or another has a chance at winning the game after trailing, just live bet it during the game. Get yourself a huge plus number. And, this works for other things, too. Not to bring up Fred again, but Fred is, I think, paid for, his mortgage a couple of months by betting Michigan State basketball, betting them when they're trailing in games. So you could do the same thing for the Super Bowl, unless you're going to be at the game, Barth, which I assume you will be.
I will be, yes.
All right, so that's going to be a problem. So we'll investigate that even more this week. But we got to get to the punting props, because you asked about this yesterday, and oh boy, do we have punting props.
Got some good ones?
So many. Well, first of all, will there be a kickoff or a punt return for a touchdown? If you go yes on this one, it's plus 800, which doesn't seem like a great number, but it's a decent enough return. And if you think one of these teams has the ability to do that, plus 800 might look pretty attractive to you.
There are really good returners in this game, too. Rashid Shaheed is excellent, and obviously Marcus Jones.
There you go. Total punts in the game. Just asking you, Barth, off the top of your head, what would be the total number of punts that are going to take place in this game?
Like combined?
Yes.
I'd probably set that line. Let's call it 8.5.
How about 7.5? You should
I almost said
over
that.
then. All right. Well, there you go. The total for punts in the game is 7.5. And then total punts or kickoffs resulting in a touchback, excluding fair catches, 2.5. So you can bat those around a little bit too. Now, do you think one team is going to be forced to punt more than another? Because the first team to punt 3 times. So it's not necessarily the total number of punts during the game, but just who is going to have to punt the ball away 3 times first. Will it be the Seahawks or the Patriots? If you think it's the Seahawks, that's where the plus money is at plus 130. Patriots minus 166.
Yeah, the Patriots have been slow starters, so that's a tough one.
Will Michael Dixon punt result in a touchback? Yes is plus 285. Will the Bryce Behringer punt result in a touchback? Yes is plus 285. Total number of punts, it's set at 3.5 for both punters in the game. And then we start really getting into the weeds on some of these things. Will the Seahawks punt in the first half? Yes, minus 770. So you're going to have to lay some big money out if you think that, yeah, of course they're going to punt in the first. Will the Patriots punt in the first half? The only way to make money on either one of these is to bet no. And the number on both of those teams punting in the first half, if you bet no, the number is plus 470. So there you go. You got a lot of punting props there to play with. I think the one that's probably the most attractive for you, though, based on what you figure the total number of punts is going to be in the game, just the total punts, 7.5. Go with the over. And if you think that the Patriots are the slower of the 2 starters, maybe bet them to be the first team to punt 3 times. It's not crazy expensive to bet that. It's at minus 166 if you say the Patriots will be the first team to punt 3 times in the game.
So I'll give you one more in there. The punts or kickoffs for touchbacks. The last few weeks since the Patriots struggled with kickoff return coverage late in the year, they haven't been afraid of just kicking the ball out of the end zone to avoid a good returner. And again, Rashid Shaheed's a very good returner. They might kick a couple kickoffs for touchbacks. I think you said it was kickoffs and punts combined for touchbacks. Was 2.5.
Yes, and it excludes fair catches, but yes, 2.5 is the total number for both teams.
And the over was plus money, right?
Over. No, it's slightly under. It's minus 130. But
I still don't hate that.
I think that's a good one too, and you see it more toward the end of games also. So I think if you want to play it safe on these, probably go with the total punts and the total punts or kickoffs resulting in a touchback. Those are the 2 that you can find right now on FanDuel.
Gotcha.
All right, Hardy. Anything juicy that you've had your eye on? I know we got a couple more days of this, but any big long shots for you for the Super Bowl?
I'm looking at a couple. I'm going to save these for tomorrow, but they mostly have to do with players to record a touchdown, either rushing or receiving. And I got my eye on a couple of these. And again, depending on the size of your unit, not to spook the horses, but depending on the amount that you normally like to bet on these are 1 unit bets. You know, you're not going to go crazy on these, but the return on them would be enough to cover 2 or 3 of your other silly bets at least. And that way, if one of these comes through, boom, you could end up plus money overall and just throw away a bunch of stuff on all this other silliness.
Got it. Is there a doink? I know you were just doing some special teams there. I have bet the doink in the past, and it has been very successful. The kicking game could be a little. We got a rookie in there, and you got a pretty good one in Myers as well. But the doink was always a special for me.
What kind of odds have you gotten on the Doink in Super Bowls past?
Got 250, I think, a year ago.
Oh,
It's
not
usually
bad.
decent odds.
Yeah.
I don't mind that one. All right, let me see if I can track
Yeah, I'm
that one down
scouring
for you.
right now. Maybe that will come out on Saturday or Sunday, but the Doink was always going. And I wonder if there's any odds for a fake, like fake field goal, fake punt, anything like that.
Oh yeah. The fake plays. I think I'm going to throw those in on Friday, along with some of the other ridiculous ones. How many times owners are going to be shown on camera, stuff like that. We'll save the really silly ones for Friday. But yeah, in terms of the fake play being run, the Doink. Yeah, we'll look into those tomorrow, along with some of my long shots that I'm looking at.
All right, Hardy. Appreciate you. We got a short, abbreviated show today, so appreciate you sneaking a couple of those in there. We're back here tomorrow with the big game preview as well, and of course, all the bets, of course, brought to you by FanDuel, which is the official sports book of the Super Bowl. Hardy, thank you, sir. We'll catch back up
guys.
tomorrow.
Thanks, Art.
All right, there's Hardy, everybody, with his special teams props, which I'm sure everybody is happy about. But brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. All right, Alex, coming back from break here, I want to ask you about the cover six. Tell me what that is. And Bob Sosi had a chance to talk to Kyrie's Tonga, so we'll let everybody hear that one as well. And could Max Crosby be a Patriot? All that and more coming up next. I'm Joe Murray, Alex Barth. He's here live from San Francisco. It's the big game preview here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
tremendous, and I love being able to go to war with these men, and I can't wait to go to war again on Sunday.
The way your defensive front has played in this playoffs, the Patriots have played against one great defense after another, and those defenses have gotten a lot of attention, rightfully so. But your defense has really dominated the 3 games thus far in the postseason, especially up front. Has there been a change that you've noticed in just how you guys feel, change in schematics? What's been the key?
I think we just been playing our brand of ball. We let our identity show wherever it is, if it's in Foxborough or if it's here in Santa Clara. We pack our identity, and we establish it, and we play to that standard, and that's what Braves holds us to, and that's something that we hold ourselves to as players. So when we do get to go out there, we get to show our identity. That's what it is.
You're at a table with Corey Durden, another guy with a really great story, his journey to this moment, and you guys have been complimenting Milton and Christian. How close is the group in that defensive line room?
Man, we're so close. This is my dog right here. But all together, we just love working with each other. We all have a chip on our shoulders. We all kind of been cast off, or like not given an opportunity in the past. So to be able to play with a bunch of guys like that with a chip on their shoulder and go out and just line it up with whoever we want, it's fun.
Before you could play this game with that chip on your shoulder, you had to overcome a foot injury. What did it take to get back on the field?
No, it was, shout out to the trainers just working with me day in, day out. It sucked not being able to be able to go out there and ball with my guys, but they held it down every week, and I'm just grateful to be able to just share the field with them again and play and just have fun with them.
What do you see from the Seahawks? Obviously, they have Kenneth Walker, great back. They score a lot of points in the NFC Championship. They're a team that is up there in the scoring offense. What do you make of the Seahawks?
Really good offense. Just like you said, got a couple elite players. They got a front that loves to play together. They work well together in the run game. A quarterback that can sling the ball. They got receivers. They got the running back. They got the whole package for offense. So we're excited for the challenge, and we know what it comes with, and we can't wait.
How important is interior pressure in this game?
Very important, and I think we take pride in that as a D-line to be able to do that.
And how about offense? How are you doing handling the various roles you have, with all that goes into playing this game?
Man, it's been good. The offense does a good job of helping me in the huddle. The O-line, tight end, I'm telling everybody, they tell me a good job, like, hey, go here, go there, just to help me, because they know I'm not on that side. But yeah, they make it real comfortable for me to go and be me.
I'm just curious, how do you split the time? You don't play a lot of reps on offense compared to defense, but how do you split the time so that you know the Seahawks front as well as their offensive line?
Yeah, that's something that the coaches have trusted me and gave me a lot of trust in doing that. So I do take the time to do like extra film study on how they move and who I got to block and who I'm keen. So yeah.
In a weird way, has that helped you become a better defensive lineman, watching other guys from around the league?
Yeah, being able to see how offenses think, and if, like, say we're slanting, see what, like, their thoughts are if we seen D-line slant. So yeah, I'm starting to pick up a little bit on their little things that they like to do up front. So it's been good.
Well, you've had a huge impact on this team. All the best on Sunday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Great job, Bob Sosi with Kyrie's Tonga. Good to see him back and healthy. Alex Barth with us. He's in San Francisco, an abbreviated version of the big game preview. We'll have more all week long, so tomorrow night we'll stretch it out, and, of course, Friday. Hey, Alex, tell me about the cover 6 defense. What do you know about it, and how could it give Drake May some fits?
Yeah, it's cover 2 on one side. Like, to put it basically, it's cover 2 on one side, quarters on the other, and it because it's essentially 2 halves of a coverage, it can be a little harder to read and to register for the quarterback, for all quarterbacks. And Drake May's numbers are on the lower side against cover 6 this year. It's one of the things he's had trouble with. I think in part, some of his numbers are lower when teams shift into a coverage late, when their coverage, what they run, is ultimately different than what they showed pre-snap in their shell. And so cover 6 is kind of a natural way to do that. It also takes away the flat on one side, so it can force you to throw the ball in certain parts of the field. Now, one place you can beat cover 2 or cover 6, because it's cover 2 on one side, is essentially the hole shot that Drake May's been so good at. You also have opportunities up the seam. So there are throws he can hit against those looks. It's just registering it and getting to that. And obviously you have to have the right call in place for it too. I'm not as worried as some people, just because even like the Seahawks, they run cover 6. Taylor Kyles had these numbers earlier this week. They run cover 6, the second highest rate in the NFL, but it's only about 20% of the time. So you figure they're going to probably run it in big spots, but it's not something that's going to dominate their game plan. They'll go back and forth between cover 3 and quarters. So it's something to be aware of, but I also think it's something that the Patriots are probably going to be a little more prepared for this week, knowing that Seattle runs at a higher rate, even if that's lesser than, and probably is going to run a little more than they do on average, given May's struggles against it.
All right, and I know we got an abbreviated show tonight, so we'll have more. What do you got later on tonight?
Later on tonight, I've got Catch 22 on Patriots.com with Evan Lazar, and then I'll be on with the guys over at CLNS after that.
All right, and quickly, we got 35 seconds. Max Crosby? Huh? What do you think?
And you're not, it's probably going to take a first-round pick. I don't think you're drafting a player better than Max Crosby at 31st or 32nd overall. They have the assets to do it. They have the financial flexibility to do it. They desperately, desperately, desperately need an alpha off the edge. You put him next to Milton Williams and Christian Barmore, you're going to wreak a lot of havoc. And the edge rusher is probably their biggest need going into the offseason. It feels right now he's probably going to be the top edge rusher on the market. If he's in play, you got to be competitive about going to get him.
That's a lot of money on the defensive line.
But it's going to be a good defensive line.
Might be the best in the league.
Yeah.
And, of course, you got to pay Christian Gonzalez. Well, at least he's up for the extension there. All right, Alex. Great job, man. I know it was fast tonight. Big game preview.
That flew by.
Well, now we got to find out who's practiced today. We'll have all that. So follow Alex Barth. Check him out on YouTube as well, and continue to follow him at 985thesportshub.com. We have a double header tonight here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, Boston Bruins hockey. And then the Celtics on a back-to-back in Houston tonight on WROR. So, for James Scaramuzzino, Alex Barth, Bob Sosi, and Hardy, I'm Joe Murray. We'll hand things over to Ryan Johnson and Bob Beers. It is Boston Bruins hockey next here on 98.